Is that, say that again? It says upcoming. Okay, okay. Alright, so... Alright, nice. Nice, so... Teams, so we've got WR, NLR, ART, ASAC, I'm pretty sure. Right. Just finding the different team managers now. This is going to be fun. Wasn't told this. So I know we've got IRT, I believe, Esports manager. Just quickly finding a few people. Also going to put it in self-promotion for this. Alright, it looks like people have started already up by the looks of things. And make sure everything's sorted. Believe they can hear me. Yeah, that should be fine then. Alright, looks like we're going into Silverstone now then, short qualifying, and then after that 50% race, I believe. Very quickly continuing to find some of the managers. A few of the guys still need to share it to their chats. Would be nice if I was told that beforehand though. Sports managers going through. He's X, yeah. Cannot find the NLR lads. Right, here we go. Try and oh, it's raining. Oh, this could get very interesting very quickly. Okay, I am not complaining about this. Everyone on intermediate tyres to start with. Who's going to be the first one out there? That's the real question. Right then, so it looks like Lars is going to be the first one out. Yeah, Lars is the first one out. And we're going to watch him on his out lap and then watch him go through his flying lap as well in the raid at Silverstone. Let's watch him make it. Let me know if everything is alright. You can hear me alright and everything. Just because I am not on my normal setup. Things may sound a little bit different to normal. Everything going through there. But yeah, Lars going through into Maggots and Beckett's now. Oh, that's loud. Turn that down. That's a bit loud. Okay, it's the Ferrari headed towards Stowe now and into the final sector of the lap. Gets ready for his actual lap. A couple of more people follow him out onto the track now. So I was told that this is a 5v5v5. So you've got the 5 lads from NLR. You've got Toby, Felix, Frank, Cameron and Mango, 5 guys from NLR, 5 from ASAC, you got 5 from IRT and 5 from WOR as well. They go through all fully established names. I'm just catching up on what I wasn't told. But yeah, thank you for joining us today. Lars doing pretty nicely through the first sector of the lap, coming down into Brooklyn now. 31.3 for the first sector. Oh, and there goes the lap. Slides into the beginning of the second sector. I believe that might have been a little bit of a lockup, rear tyre lockup there, and he slides off and just about avoid the grass. Not going to be a great lap now. Let's see what Julian is doing. He's the next one on the lap, going through the first sector now. He goes through turn 2 and 3, got yellow flags in the third sector. Oh, and it's invalidated by the Red Bull. It's not been a great start for the lads, I don't think, so far. One slid out the corner, one invalidated. Let's see what the other Red Bull can do. IRT Vessel, I've seen him drive, I believe, once before. Oh, he's losing the car. Going through turn 3 and nobody can control the car in the wet. Not a great start. Yellow flag in sector 1, and I think that's a McLaren. I think Toby's had a bit of a nightmare there. Yeah, Toby has had a bit of a nightmare there. I think he's only just lost a lap though. He doesn't look like he's got substantial damage anyway. Have a look at what his teammate's doing right now. You see Frankis go through into Maggots and Beckett, so he actually had a lap. Not sure if he's slid the car or anything yet, so we get to continue watching him. 1:15.7 so far. You head down Hanger Straight into the final sector for proper now. Heading down toward the Vale Chicane. Usually, well, it's my favourite place on this track to do an overtake in this game anyway. It doesn't look too great through the corner. He goes around the final corner. We might actually have someone who's going to set a time, and it's going to be a 44.3, which is immediately beaten by 4 seconds as Jerem goes for a 140.4. Vessel is the next one to the line, 141 flat. Then you've got a Aston Martin. Here comes Aiden, and Aiden a 39.8, another 0.6 of a second, or just shy of it, found on the Alfa Romeo driver. It's the other one I'm pretty sure is about to come to the line. Jimmy not having the greatest of time there. I think he might have just started a lap actually. Lars does just about enough to keep that valid as he goes over a 38.3. Wow, that is a quick time. Let's see how quickly that gets beaten. Something tells me it's not going to be the quickest. ASC packed. I think he may have just, ASC impact, sorry. It may have just started his lap. Just go through the first sector now. Actually, go follow his lap. It's a 39.9 for Miguel and Ren's 40 flat as well. Got a couple of decent times coming in as we go along. Been 6.5 minutes through qualifying up to this point, and we've seen some slides on the track. Some people not handling the very well at all. Large Wood's one of them, and then he's set a time to put his car on pole position. Impact headed now onto the straight, start the third sector. As get to see what time ASC are going to try and put up at the moment. It's 40.2 for Lab. Looks like Francis 38.4, having a good go at it. Felix 39.5, and you've got Aiden 38.4 as well, is right up behind Francis. We've got yellow flags in sector 2. Ferrari not having the greatest of time. Impact 39.6. See what else other people can do right now. Florian 51.6, who just needs to pick up the pace a little bit, I think. We're going to watch Leo for the rest of his lap. Well, it's just about keeps that valid. Car noises are probably a little bit too loud at the moment. Toby at 38.1. It puts him 0.2 of a second quicker than the rest of the lobby right now. Foggy 38.8 puts him 6th. Oh, and in comes to the pits goes Leo. Julian's on a lap 2. He's headed through to Maggots and Beckett's now, and thankfully for once we're not getting the camera angle which just blares out an engine. As we go through. Couple of people in the pits. Mango not set a lap yet. Mango usually quick. Needs to find his pace quickly. Well, here comes Julian into the Vale chicane now, and he goes through for pretty much the end of his lap. Probably could get a little bit closer. 38.094 for Francis. It's a 8,000th quickest lap, and then Julian with a 37.3, and the track's starting to warm up a little bit, I think. Pretty good time there for Julian. See if anyone can bring it down. Aiden coming to the line now. 39.8 is not quick enough to beat his lap. Where is the other Alfa Romeo? Jimmy's coming to the line now. He's 1.3 seconds up on his time. He's 2 seconds up on his time. Unfortunately, it's not going to do an awful lot. 38.9 still keeps him 15th. That Cameron coming to the line now? Yep, he's also 2 seconds quicker. It's also not going to do an awful lot. I don't think it also counted. Pass next to the line, is that NLR? No, it is WOR. It's Miguel not having a great time. He's also validated his lap. The two behind him setting up for laps as well. We're going to actually watch the two behind. They were setting up. Question is, which one are those? Old buddy Ren's been in a league with him before. Hasn't got the greatest of names, the greatest of reputations either. As he is going through the first sector now, third gear at the moment. A little bit of a slide out of turn 4 up through the end of the first sector now. How quick is he? He's currently half a tenth quicker than his best time. That would be not enough to move him ahead of his teammate in 10th. He'd be stuck in 11th at the moment. Get to watch his lap, well, the rest of his lap, as he goes down towards Cups now. See if you get one gear down for Cups from the Aston Martin. And the Mercedes going a little bit deep in the background there. It looks like Jimmy just set a 38 flat. That's a good lap. Enough for second at the moment. Still needs to find 7/10 to match Julian in the Red Bull though. And no where most of the guys look like AlphaTauri's had a bit of a problem there in the final corner, the start of the lap. Not great for him. Leon, well, Leo's out. Leo's out. Well then. And that's Renz, who's half a second quicker, 38.2 up to 8th. See what the McLaren's doing is that, yeah, that is Mango, who is someone I expect to be very high up at the moment. Last time I saw him was in the wet at Portimao. And DKMN, he was pretty quick there, and he's on pole again. You see the AlphaTauri wing in the background. He's on pole at the moment anyway, with about 6 minutes left on the clock. Miguel's 0.2 of a second up. It's not enough. Might be enough to bring him into Julian's path, but not Mango's. I know the 5 guys from NLR. IRT has, I know the 2 or 3 guys from IRT. I'll see the names as we go along. And it looked like Miguel just invalidated his lap. He was 2 up. And Lars, 36.7 the track. Getting better to go along, and this might genuinely just be the case of who's got the best timing, who's got the final lap. Because if this track starts to dry up, then that's what it's going to be. It looks like Jimmy is getting out the way of a couple of people. He's going into the pits. Let's see what Darth is doing. Darth going into Maggots and Beckett's right now. Toby has joined back. He's still 7th at the moment. He needs to get a hold of his car so he can get one more run at it. It looks like WOR and LNR having a fun time of it at the moment. There's Mango, 36.4 from immediate fight back to what Lars did in the prior lap. Aiden's IRT as well. That's appreciate the heads up. That makes sense. It looks like Darth 39 flat. See what we got. See what a couple of laps are going right now. Let's have a look at what the SAC lads are going to be able to do. Right now, it's not an awful lot. Impact Lab, Florian, the guys have to step it up a little bit. Right now, they're not getting very far. 15th, 16th, and 11th. I see there's one team missing a driver. See Florian go up towards Cops now. He's in 7th. He revs out in 7th and then shifts down to 6th. We saw that's a bit deep. That's a bit deep. It's probably going to cost him a few tenths on the lap time as well. We saw Renz take it in 7th when we watched his lap. Florian takes it as 6th, so we've got a difference of opinions here at the moment. Mango and Lard both in the pits. They'll probably come back out for one more in a minute. And Julian, there you go, 36.1. And then Frankis has decided to join in on the party. 35.8. Enough for provisional pole at the moment, but I doubt it's going to be enough for provisional pole for very long. Florian going through right now. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough for in terms of trying to get pole, and it's not. It's a 38.2. It's enough for 40th, but it's he's got to step it up a little bit here. There's Felix going to the line. It is Felix going to the line. It's not a good time. He's going to go for a proper lap now, I assume. See what the Red Bulls are doing, going over to the line. Here comes Essel, currently a second up, but it's enough for 5th, 36.7. Another one of the Mercedes Impact, 37 flat as well. See what's going on further back here. You've got Jerem on a lap. He's going through Maggots and Beckett, 7 tenths up right now. It's only enough. Actually, it's enough to move him up through, probably into the top 10. ahead of his Alfa Romeo teammate, an actual teammate for the event as well. He can keep it up. Probably got to find a little bit of time here though in the third sector if he wants to be competitive come the end of this. WR's falling off the pace a little bit. Just Lars holding in for them right now, and Jerem did the 36.9 and gives Lars a little bit of help. We got Aiden coming to the line. He's 0.8 of a second up. So he's about to drop into the 36 flats, maybe even quicker than that if he can get the third sector correct. He goes round the final corner now. Is it enough for a pole position? It is. But it is for now anyway. We've got a minute 16 left on the clock. Frankis and Julian are both out on laps. Frankis invalidated, so he gets one more shot. Julian's about maybe half a tenth up, or he was on the prior lap anyway. We're going to go and see what's going on. Frankis is just about to set his final lap, because we got Cameron also invalidated. Felix jumps up to 9th. The two Mercedes are about to have a go at this. And a bunch of people getting trapped in traffic now. Everyone trying to just jockey a little bit for their final laps here. Only one person not made it, well, to the finish line in qualifying as of yet. Get to have a look at Foggy right now until I start to see, oh, it looked like a McLaren and a Ferrari having a bit of a problem. One of the McLarens are going into the pits, so Toby, that's the end of his qualifying. I don't think that Ferrari's going to have much of a chance either. I think we might be about to go into checkered flag territory here. 6 seconds. We're actually going to see which Alfa Romeo that is coming to the line. It's Jerome coming to the line. He might be able to get one more if he's lucky. As we're now going to see the Red Bull of Julia to the line. He's going to be the first one to receive the checkered flag, but he has invalidated his lap, so that's the end of his qualifying. Who's next to the line? Aiden at the moment, so let's see what Aiden can do. It's not better, so he's going to hope that ASE is not going to match his time, or either the Haas's. Either one comes into the pits, and see which Haas is the next one to the line. Frankis at the moment not getting any quicker, 0.4 of a second down. As he comes round the final corner, he has to find at least 1/10 of a second. He's not going to do that, sliding through the final corner. And Felix to the line in the provisional pole. We've got one of the of Mercedes also coming to the line now. Here comes Foggy, 35, 36 flat, not enough. AlphaTauri, Florian, only good enough for 10th. Everyone else started to head into the pits. Let's see what Cameron's doing. Cameron's invalidated his lap. He's not going to be able to do anything. Here comes Mango. So we expected to be towards the top. 0.8 of a second in his lap right now. And it's just about, actually it's not just about, it's 0.7. 7.5 tenths on top of the world right now. He's got realistically Lars for company, who's only done a 35.5, and Mango has got to set a worldly of a lap. Mango has done enough. To be on the provisional pole at the moment. Well then. There's no stopping Mango. The longer we go here, the more times I see him, the more times he's just putting in a clinic. NLR showing up at the front three. Mango and Felix both there. Lars, the one that splits the two. In the race, Lars is probably going to be hoping to put more of a run than that together. Maybe try and get Mango off the start and hold him up. And then you've got Aiden, IRT, showing up in 4th, round out the 2nd row. Impact from ASE and Miguel from WR fill out the 3rd row. And it's relatively even throughout the 5 teams at the moment. We're going to see whether or not the race is going to be any different. Mango is probably hoping for rain in the race as well with that kind of performance. We're going to just about, well, getting ready, waiting for players for to go into the actual race itself. I wonder if these guys have a formation lap on. Been a bug identified in the game recently that if you have formation lap on and you botch your start, or botch your parking, sorry, not even your start, you don't even get that far. If you botch your parking, it disqualifies you from the entire race. So they've got formation lap on. The people got to play it safe on their parking, make sure they don't get disqualified. It doesn't look like, actually, we are going to go for a formation lap. So, will anyone screw it up? Get to see where we go from here. Got Mango that's going to take us to the line. WR Lars currently the second on the grid. He's going to look for a good start to try and get the jump on Mango here. He's going to need it. And that is most of the people taking the hard tyre. You got, what, is that 7 people on the mediums? Yeah, it is. 7 on the mediums, 12 on the hards to start. Both on the front row, both start on the hards. Felix taking the opposite approach. Shaden, IRT, also on the hard tyre as well. He's going to be looking to make his way up the grid a little bit here. Maybe serve as a launch pad for IRT. And you got Impact on the mediums in 5th. Miguel in the hards in 6th. WR has 2 of the top 6. NLR has 2 of the top 6. 4 of the 5 teams represented in the top 6 as well. You have Frankis, the 3rd NLR guy, on hards in 7th. You have Foggy in 8th. Julian 9th after he had promising start to quality. Never really got that last lap off. Jimmy and Florian also working their way through. 1 on hards, 1 on mediums. 10th and 11th. Jerem in 12th, Renz in 13th, Vessel in 14th, Lab in 15th. Never really saw much of him in qualifying, never really put much of anything in. And Darth and Toby got unfortunately get kicked out for about 14 minutes of the qualifying. Never really got to set a final lap. And Julian botched his qualifying. Let's see if it's gonna disqualify him for reversing off the start, because it has done that to plenty of people. Hopefully it's only a selective glitch and not a full glitch. Leo at the back. Julian, the only one that actually got disqualified as well. So 3, 4, 5 red lights. Not going to lie, disqualifying him. And it's lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the better start? Mango's got a decent start. Lars has pulled alongside, but not enough to challenge him into turn 1. You've got Impact who got, well, Felix got jumped by a couple of people off the start. Miguel not able to hold it. Felix up to 5th. He started behind behind Impact, and Aiden up to 3rd as well. We got yellow flag in the 1st sector. Someone's had a bit of a problem. Frankis started all the way at the top and now at the back. He's had a little bit of a problem off the start. Julian up a couple of places. Jerem up past Renz as well. We're going too wide basically the entire way down the grid, down into the 2nd sector. Couple of guys in front. Here comes Jimmy and Lab. Lab started in 14th, has got up to 8th, so he's got a great start. Cameron up. Oh, and there's a bit of a problem back here as well. Jerem and Cameron, I think that is, colliding in the back. And I think the Williams has come off a lot worse. So we got a little bit of a train running in the background, and Lab and Jimmy going at it, and Jimmy gets by. Everyone pretty close to each other at the moment. Kind of expected. You got to get out the DRS early at Silverstone, otherwise you're not getting out of it at all. Ren's not holding on to the back of Florian and losing time, and being overtaken by his teammate. Vessel now has a shot at Florian, and Ren's is just losing positions like it's going out of fashion. He shuts the door there a little bit on Darth as well, and Frankis has had a little bit of a spin again, and Mango setting the fastest lap before Foggy comes into pit. Leo up a couple of positions, he started at the back. Renz versus Darth FIFA at the moment. Darth's got it pretty much squared away for the moment. At the front, Lars and Mango 0.2 of a second. Let's see if they can go for launches, maybe an overtake or two coming up when DRS gets involved. Julian versus Miguel is also happening in the midfield as they head towards 6th and 7th in the grid. A little bit of a timing stats issue on the leaderboard on the left hand side. It looks like Miguel goes a bit deep there, and Julian's going to take advantage of that and clear the gap. And Julian's going to have a good shot at Felix next. Here comes Darth and Vessel, and Darth's having a nice time against the IRT lads at the moment. Let's have a look at Aiden, 10th and a half at the back of Impact, who's had a good start, a very good start. And Aiden's wide enough to not go after him in Maggots and Beckett's, and now going to have to hold off a little bit longer. Maybe in the next lap he's going to have a good shot at this. Maybe he doesn't even need to the next lap. He's got Slipstream here into Stowe, but doesn't make anything of it. Lars versus Mango up a little bit further ahead. And Mango right now just a little bit of, well, a bit of control. I think Lars is probably closer than he would like him to be. Until that very last corner of the lap there, and Lars dropped about 0.5 of a second. And Mango slowly but surely opening the gap. Aiden also closing the gap here on Impact, who's, well, he's kept his place, but went a little bit deep into turn 3, and it's not what he would have wanted when he's been chased down by the Aston Martin at the moment, who's got good race pace. And he's going to get DRS here as well, I'm pretty sure. Here we go, as we head down into the end of the first sector. Needed to pull that up. I've accidentally hit onto Felix, who's a little bit in no man's land at the moment. You got Toby versus Vessel. Toby gets a nice little move there. They're going to go back and forth, actually. We're going to go to see what's going on. Looks like Toby lost a little bit of time. Vessel holds on to that position. Looks like Florian going after his teammate as well. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get him into Maggots and Beckett's as Lab maybe starting to hold up Florian a little bit. You're going to get DRS here as Lab in front of him doesn't. We're going to have a look at, well, the nice move there from Florian on Lab. That's going to always happen with the DRS, and going further. Oh, they've gone round Felix! Felix has spun, and I think Julian's gone as well. Julian's lost a couple of positions. Felix has tumbled down the grid. I think he may have been hit at the back there. Felix doing so well off the start. Not really, well, unfortunately collided into there, I think. Took Julian with him. Julian only lost a few positions though. Felix down to 15th, and the NLR lads have not had a great start. Well, unless your name's Mango, and then I guess they're pretty much inevitable. Mango's a class above the rest at the moment. You got Toby past Renz, as Toby is having his own little miniature 1v1, well, 2v1 shall I say there with the NLR lad, not the NLR, the IoT lads, which he's come out second best on. They're going to see what's going on between Julian and Lab, but they go through cops and nothing really. I don't think he's going to be able to get him here at Maggots and Beckett's, and he widely stays back. We go down the grid. Felix looking to make a move or two. He's going to have to wait for a split second though as we go down. We're going to have a look and see if Mango's going to be able to hold on. Mango is going to be able to hold on against Lars here. Julian gets past Lab. You watch the front two battle it out. Half a second at the moment. Lars just not been able to close it in by enough. He's holding on to his ERS at the moment. Jimmy setting the fastest lap right now. He's having a go at this. Right now, 6th, better start than what he would have hoped for. North Glade Attack Club right on the back of Julian again, and we're actually going to go have a look at this battle. They're going to go side by side through turn 3 down to turn 4. And it doesn't look like Lab's going to be able to get him here, but with the use of DRS, well, actually not going to be able to get him either, considering the guy with Julian in front, just close enough to Florian to make it work. We got Jerem, who's also not able to get Felix at the moment. Felix has to work his way back up through the entire grid after the spin. We're currently going to watch Jerem versus Felix, as Jerem gets it done nicely. Well before Cops, and Hards versus the mediums is the interesting battle at the moment. It looks like Vessel versus Rensky to continuously switch position. I don't think that's doing IRT a lot of favours. And Julian gets past Florian there. Down the straight, see if anything else is going to happen. Here you got Renz versus Vessel again, and Vessel's content to just sit back. Felix gets past Jerem with the use of DRS as they head down through Stowe and into the Vale chicane. No dive bomb coming here from Jerem. And everything seems to be fairly rudimentary at the moment. And Florian gets 3 seconds for track limits. That's not gonna help you when everyone's as close as they currently are. And Vessel, who's just sat behind Renz again, who's tailed off the back of Darth FIFA. Let's see what's going on at the front. I don't think, Lars hasn't got enough, and I don't think Aiden's got enough either, as Impact and Mango doing just about enough to hold them off right now. It looked like a very good exit here from Aiden. He might be able to have a good go at this. Aiden, round the outside, managed, wow, almost, well, he was looking for it for sure, but managed to be held off by Impact. There we got yellow flags in the second sector as well, and that's Felix again, whose day's just gone from bad to worse after the incident at the Vale chicane. Also, we got Miguel and Jimmy also on the back of this. WOR looking to capitalise right now, as Aiden finally gets past Impact. He's been looking for that for the last 6 laps. Finally gets it done. About a quarter of a second split into 2. It looked like it's going to be Aiden's turn to defend for a while. He doesn't have DRS on Lars in front of him, who's losing time to Mango's. He's in control of everything at the moment, Mango. It's going exactly how he's wanting it to. He probably would have wanted a bigger gap, but at the same time, he can't complain. It doesn't look like Lars is putting on that much pressure. After Lars changed from, I believe it was QRT after they folded at the end of the last DKMN season. You know, Toby versus Vessel, they're going to head down in towards the beginning of Sector 2. Vessel's going to hold him off with the DRS and get it into 12th. Toby's been in a war with the IRT lads at the moment. It's not one he's winning. It's one that NLI would want him to win though, and he's going to have a good shot right here, because I think Vessel had a bit of a problem out the corner there. He doesn't capitalise on it. It looks like Florian got past Darth into Maggots and Beckett there. Those two are going to go on the back of each other. Toby versus Vessel, these two still going to go at it. Vessel's going to have DRS because of Rend in front of him. Is Toby going to have more straight line speed though? No, he is not. Looks like the IRT lad actually gained a little bit there on Toby, and the IRT lads just helping each other out here, and well, considering they're 2 seconds tailed off the back of the top 10, they're going to need something. Something that they're not currently getting. Felix pitted into, well, onto softs. Also got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane in the process. Got about 4/10 of a second split in the lead. We've got roughly 4 or 5 different gaps of about 4 or 5/10 of a second in the midfield as well. Here comes one of these battles as we see Toby closing in rapidly on Vessel this time. We see these two switch positions down the straight basically every lap. It's not going to be the case this time round. However, Toby's got the outside line of the prior corner, the inside line of the following, and he gets it done. IRT Vessel just having a bit of a moment on the outside there, and well, if you give the McLaren the chance to capitalise, that McLaren's going to capitalise. We're going to go too wide here. Actually, we're not. Vessel backed out of it, and I think that might have been a wise move. I would have liked to see him go for it though. Might have a change for the lead here. It's looking like no, Blas has just run out of tarmac there with the DRS to make it work. Just about. He's getting close, but not close enough. And Mango's got him exactly where he would want him right now. It looks like Darth is also going to have a good go here. We're actually going to watch that at the moment. Darth versus Florian, not going to happen into turn 1. Looks like Miguel versus Impact is going to happen though. They're going to go too wide, or almost too wide there. As Miguel shuts the door very emphatically there on Impact, and now Jimmy's going to have a good go at him as well. And Jimmy gets alongside and past him down into sector 2, but he goes deep. He goes deep, and that's going to allow the Mercedes a shot to get it back, which he does not take advantage of. And Jimmy going to close the door, and the position's his. And WRR just looking to make their way up the pecking order. And they go round lap 9 of 26 here at Silverstone. A couple of interesting battles still going on. Florian versus Darth. They head into Magnus and Beckett. Florian's still got a 3-second time penalty though, so he's got to get something going and quick. Ren's catching up to this duo. 1.2 seconds now, or what was 2 seconds plus beforehand. You got Toby also winning the battle against Vessel right now and going against Renz, and not quite going to win that one yet. See how long Renz can hold on for. Well, he's going to be able to hold on for a while, because I think that's Toby just gone into the pit. Toby has just gone into the pit. Felix gets another penalty for speeding into the pit lane and retires in the pit lane. Felix is out. Got Frankis versus Jerem here. As it looks like Frankis opening a little bit of a gap at the end there. Let's see what Florian can do. They go side by side now. Florian had the inside line there. It may have looked like a little bit of a deep lunge. They both didn't get anywhere near what they wanted, and then a little bit of contact there, a little bit, as Darth FIFA wanted to go more into the centre of the track, but he had a car on his inside, and he shouldn't have done that. And here comes the AlphaTauri trying to go to the inside again, but the door's shut by Darth this time for real. And Darth holds the position for now. But it had allowed for Renz and Vessel to get themselves into this little train that's forming, as Darth FIFA is on the back of Lab as well. See what's going on between Impact and Jimmy here. Impact just about got enough for a DRS, who got moves in front. Aiden overtaken by Miguel, and Jimmy overtakes Impact, but Impact might be a straight fire back, as he got the outside line of the fail chicane and then the inside of the following corner, and he's going to have this. He's ran Jimmy off the track though in the process, and Jimmy having to concede position. Not the cleanest of overtakes I've seen so far, but one you're not really going to be able to avoid, going that deep into a chicane to try and go around the outside. Aiden gets the position back on Miguel for third. We've got a 5-car train going on here. Lars also still within the DRS of Mango, but still not in any position to make a real threat of it. About 4/10 of a second, 3.5 of a second now. Splits the two. Same, we've got the gap between third and fourth, and then fourth and fifth, as these guys just following in a line. in the beginning of Sector 2. Impact trying to recover some positions that he has lost over the last couple of laps. The hard tyres seemingly in a better position right now as Impact looks for it, continuously looked for it. It looked like he made a couple of like a double move, try and get either side, and Miguel was just not having that. And Impact gets 3 seconds worth of time penalties for track limits, and that might put a huge dent in his chances today. Mango's winning right now, but WROR are having it all their own way. They've got 2nd, 4th and 6th, 5th if you count the penalties. And it looks like Darth has finally got past Lab, and he has, and we might be in for a move here by Florian. Nope, Florian is actually going to go to the pits, and Lab is going to set it up the inside of Darth here, and Darth is going to hold on. Pretty clean racing at the moment. Only 1 DNF, and even that was Felix retiring in the pits. Darth 7.5 seconds off the back of Julian though, so we very much have a split in terms of the top, well, the top 2 followed by the following 4 and then everyone else. The second pack just rounded the first couple of quarters of the second sector now, and then the following pack just about to do the same. As 7.6 seconds splits Julian and Darth, as Darth has Lab, Vessel, and Renz tagging on the back. You know, Francis and Jerem in their own little world further back. Boggy and Leo have not had the greatest times of it either. Leo might be about to get lapped, as Mango having a real good go at this right now, and Lars is going to close in. It's just the same old story, I think, as Lars is close, but just not close enough, as Miguel is going to get past Aiden once again. And Miguel's going to have that 3rd position to himself this time. I don't think there's going to be a lot of fight back from Aiden. He might be dropping a little bit too far back to get an immediate impact. And if anything, he's going to have to do some defending from impact rather than attacking Miguel in front of him. Julian now comes into pit, Lab comes into pit, so we've got a little bit of the breakup of the train in front of us, and behind us even. And also Cameron coming into pit as well. He's been a little bit of a non-factor in this race so far. Renz and Vessel, 2 teammates going at it. Renz gets in front. 8th and 9th sit those 2 drivers at the moment. We've got Miguel and Aiden just battling it out right now, and we've got Impact that might be about to make this a freeway. Aiden gets past the Haas, and Aiden takes back 3rd position he lost on the prior lap. It's just hot potato who wants the final podium spot at the moment. Jimmy gets past Impact. That's not a move I saw coming. Here comes Impact trying to make something work through Magus and Beckett, but you're not going to be able to do that. 5 cars, well, there's 4 cars, and we finally have a move for the lead. We've been wondering whether or not it's been coming for the last few laps, and Mango is going to take the opportunity to dive into the pits as a result on lap 13. Well, it's the beginning of lap 13. Actually, the end of lap 13 and the beginning of lap 14. In comes Aiden and Impact, both for their pit stops too. No pit stops at the moment, and now that's a sight for sore eyes if you're a WRR fan right now, or a driver, team principal of any of that. 1, 2, 3, albeit none of them have pit yet, but it's 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Boy, what would you take for that to stay like that? Right now, Jimmy and Miguel, 2nd and 3rd, those 2 closing in on each other. Jimmy's not going to look to force anything against his own teammate though, I don't think. I think they'll be fairly content as to where they are, and actually it looked like Miguel just let him go. Maybe Jimmy's the faster driver of the 2. And bear in mind, this is basically the lap they have over the top of the other ones that just pitted, of Aiden and Impact. They've got to get a move on if they want to make some moves here. Not get undercut. So it probably was wise in the end to let the faster one go. He's got no ERS left. He's completely drained the battery now. Assume that means he's about to go in and pit. Don't know if the Haas is about to follow him in. The Haas is about to follow him in. They both come in. No stupid mistakes. As I say that, Jimmy comes and speeds into the pit lane. 37-mile-an-hour pit lane seems to be catching half the grid out. You've got Darth Beaver has also picked up 5 seconds of speed of the pit lane. I think Cameron's just picked up 3 for track limits. We've just got the rest of the grid come in for pits here actually, as Lars gonna go for the long game here against Mango. He finally got the position. Mango's gonna have the undercut. The real question is it gonna work? Is that undercut gonna work? Julian sets the fastest lap of the race up to this point. Julian up to 5th. He got past Aiden. He's got past Impact. He's got past Jimmy, and he's got past Miguel as well. Impact in front of Miguel. It didn't work out for WRR. They're going the lap or two longer. Impact just about able to hold Jimmy off here, I think. He's going to be very close. They both have the DRS with Aiden in front of them. And it looks like Jimmy's going to hold him off. He's managed to come out in front of Impact. He hasn't come out... well, Impact beat Miguel out the pits, though. So... it wasn't the greatest of positions for... well, the greatest of pit stop strategy there for WR, I don't think. They were 1st, 3rd and 5th, I believe, or something of that nature. 1st, 4th and 6th when they were playing hot potato with the other 2 lads, and they're now 5th and 7th, and one of them has a penalty. So I think they may have been probably not what they wanted from the pits. And here comes Impact on Jimmy now, and Impact around the outside got it done. As Jimmy is going to lose that position now as well, and they both have the same penalty, so that these two are actually fighting for position. Got Aiden in front, and Julian even though in front of that, and Mango versus Lars. Well, let's see what has happened here, and Mango's won the war there. He's got over a 1 second gap, 3 seconds more for Jimmy as his race is starting to fall apart bit by bit. Aiden versus Julian as well at the moment. IRT maybe just looking to sneak onto that bottom step of the podium. The other two will be occupied by Lars and Mango. Case of which shorter 2.2 seconds, and Lars has... the undercut has worked to perfection here for Mango. The yellow flag in sector 2 is a McLaren. I think that's Toby. That is Toby. And he's going to lose a few positions. He spun out there at the beginning of sector 2. He lost only 2 positions out of it though. Now he's and even one of them has a penalty, so he's not really lost an awful lot. He's probably lost the time he would have had to Jimmy though. So whilst it could have been worse, he's probably going to be a bit upset with a spin. Here comes Miguel on Impact, and well, with the DRS he's made quick work of that, and I think Jimmy might be about to make good work of it too, and he has. It's a pretty nice move, albeit Impact still on the inside, or Wood still on the inside, and looked for it again. Doesn't get it this time. Darth versus Toby in the background as well. It looked like Darth won that one, as Toby's still trying to find his feet after the spin. And Toby loses the position in Rens as well. There's Toby slowly slipping down the pack. For the guys in front of him have penalties though. So he should be able to gain a few positions, maybe into the top 10. I feel like WRR's race is slowly gathering momentum again. Lars closing the gap back to Mango, but he's a long way to go. A little bit of a battle in the background, and Toby loses out another position. Another 2 positions even. Francis got in front of him too. Francis and Vessel both got past 13th and 12th at the moment. Jimmy's got the back of Miguel. Miguel's got no penalty, so Miguel's probably going to have to look for ways to get by. or try and get towards Aiden here, and I think Ren's had a bit of a problem there as he's got, well, he did have momentarily Darth FIFA, sorry. There's a different YouTuber called that, and I keep getting them I keep saying the other one. Darth FIFA gets by, and then Ren goes very deep as Darth FIFA is going to go after Florian this time. He's going to have the inside line on Florian. He's going to have the right to squeeze him out a little bit. He's going to invite Renz on the inside. Renz doesn't get the chance to make the move, but Darth FIFA has absolutely got it done. Oh, down the inside goes Florian on Darth and forced him a little bit deep. Vessel gets 3 seconds for track limits behind us. And Ren's also just biting, chomping at the bit right now, but not being able to get it at the moment. Here comes FIFA versus Florian, a straight up drag race down to the beginning of the second sector, which Darth is going to win. Renz has front row seats to this at the moment, and Lars 1 second now within a second, and Lars seems to be going for it. He's got the pace, but as we saw beforehand, Mango is more than fine with the dirty air. It took Lars a large chunk of time. It was double-figure laps before Lars finally got the move done. And we might be in the position where we might watch the same thing unfold. It's almost going to be a Groundhog Day-esque, as Lars now within 0.5 of a second, but drops back. And Darth got past Lab as well, as he's just picking off the ASAC guys one by one. So he's now got 10 seconds to impact in front of him. The top 7 seems to be split from the rest of the pack. Julian right now off the back of Aiden. And Lars is off the back of Mango. He is closing in. He's lost 2/10 from where we saw it before. Cameron's got 3 more seconds to tack onto his time for penalties. It's a mute point though, considering Foggy is 29.5 back. Vessel versus Renz is a decent battle right now. We're actually going to go have a quick look at that, as I think Renz is able to win it out in the end, as they're going to go down the straight. See if one of them can get Florian, which isn't going to be the case, and we stick as we are. Lars back within half a second, and with a real opportunity here. He's not going to have it through Maggins and Beckett, but he is going to have it down towards Stone. Well, he's going to have Slipstream, he's going to have DRS, he's going to have all the ERS he has available, and he's got in front. He's taken the lead, but a switchback there by Mango. Good driving by both of them at the moment. They're going to go side by side into the Vale chicane, and Lars squeezing out Mango, and I don't think Mango's going to be his best friend after that one. Maybe a little bit aggressive, and Lars take the position back. And Lars has burst. I don't think Mango's going to be the happiest of people with the way he's done it. At the end of the day, it was clean racing for the most part there, and you have to make a move. It's up to Mango to respond now. Let's see what IRT is going to have a go at here. IRT, Renz versus Lab, and Lab's going to hold it for a little bit longer. Yeah, Lab just going to have to get a better exit and hold off Renz. He doesn't get the better exit. Renz does get the better exit. He pulled alongside now, and this should be Renz's. It is Renz. There you go, down the straight, and it might be for Wrestles as well. They're going to go side by side. Mango picked up 3 seconds, and that might be game over. And also, yep, Lab has lost out both of those positions. Absolute nightmare for Lab. Absolute nightmare for Mango. Mango, maybe a little bit unfairly squashed off the track to lose his first place, but then buckles under the pressure to respond. God, that engine sound doesn't look great. It doesn't sound very great, does it? Jesus Christ. We've got Julian versus Aiden here as well. These two are going to battle it out, and I don't think it's going to be a lot going in the way of Aiden right now. Frank is going after Lab as well. Lab's just not the greatest of laps, let's just say that. Right then. They've lapped Leo already. They're coming after Foggy now, and here comes Mango. 4 tenths of a second, 3 tenths of a second. He's only got within 3, but he's also got 3 seconds worth of penalties, and right now it's not great news. Yellow flag in sector 1 is an AlphaTauri, and I think that's Florian. Yes, it is Florian that's gone off. That is not good news for the ASAC lads. As we continue to watch first versus second, Mango's got a little bit of, well, got a little bit more ERS in the tank than what Lars does right now. It won't be enough to break a 3-second gap, so he's just going to have to mistake, just going to have to force Lars into a mistake here. Here we go, Mango with the DRS, with the ERS as well. He gets alongside, going to go the long way round on Lars here. They're going to go side by side through Stowe into the Vale chicane. Now they go. Here comes Mango, who's got in front. He's actually well in front now, and as they go to the Vale chicane, there's no mistaking it this time. They had a bit of a switchback competition last time, and a little bit aggressive in the move last time. There's nothing aggressive about that. Mango just gets it done. But now, here comes the hard part for Mango, and trying to break 3 seconds, which I have a funny, I'm just going to go ahead and say that he is just not going to do that. Renz is going to have a position on his teammate at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that's about it. Aiden also trying to go after Julian for the top, for the bottom step of the podium right now, which just not really happening for him. Julian able to hold on right now. He's 5 and a bit seconds off the back of Lars and Mango. That battle continues to rage on through, and whilst Mango is gaining a slight bit of time, he's not gaining anywhere near enough time to catch that 3 seconds, and we're running out of time. If he wants to win the race, they go now through Maggots and Beckett's, and now the DRS, the ERS are all going to be in favour of Lars, as we got yellow flag in sector 2, the Alfa Romeo, and we've got Lars in the lead of this race now, and that was fairly easy. That might be the easiest overtake we've seen in the battle between these two so far. Jimmy's got past Miguel. Foggy sets the fastest lap again. It looked like Vessel and Renz are going at it, and they are going to go at it. It looked like Renz is going to look to the inside. We've seen this so far multiple times this race. It's not going to happen for Renz this time. Yeah, not going to happen for Renz, but it is going to happen for him down towards turn 1, and he gets it done before turn 1 even hits. Renz versus Vessel, and Impact gets 3 more. Tacking on penalties at the moment, and Aiden not close enough to Julian to do an awful lot. We've got 3 more for Cameron, as well as Jerem comes into pit. Florian also went onto the soft tyres after his spin. The spins, just the mistakes marred the guys at the back, and we've been pretty free of them right now at the front of the grid, and that's why they're at the front of the grid. It's 4.5 tenths right now for Lars, as they're going to go down the straight now. A little bit of a crackling noise coming through there, but Mango 2 tenths of a second, not able to do it. We're on lap 23, we're about to go into lap 24. Mango is running out of time. And the longer we go, the less likely it looks like he's going to do it. He's got to force Lars into a mistake or two now. He's got to force Lars into a 3-second penalty of his own, or a spin, or some sort of mistake that he really can't come back from. Or something that really just gives Mango a chance. If he can get in front of him, he's going to go and send it up the inside. That's brave. He definitely had no room to do it. That was very brave there by Mango, and I think he may have lost a couple of attempts in the process. He's also lost his chance to get past down into sector 2. You know, Jimmy and Miguel, as the WR lads, are still going at it. They have been the entire race. Aiden also trying to go after Julian. That's just not come about yet either. You've got Mango, who is slowly but surely closing in on Lars, who's gone very deep there. Gained a couple of tenths of a second as well. I'd be surprised if that's not a warning. Oh, that might be though. There you go. Mango's just lost a ton of time. Gonna gain most of it back though with the DRS down towards Stowe, and oh, that's opportunity that might have just gone begging there, I think, for Mango, as Aiden also gets past Julian there to get himself on the bottom step of the podium at the current point. I don't think Julian's going to give that one up so easily though. Mango 2.5 tenths right now. Julian 3.5 tenths. Miguel 4.5 tenths behind his own teammate. Fighting for 5th and 6th right now. Oh, and that's a bit of a mistake by Aiden on the outside. He's gone deep and he slid the car, and Julian's going to take that one very easily. And they're going to head down the straight now, and Mango's going to have a go at Lars. He's stayed back though, and you'd think when he's running out of time, he's got to try and force him into a mistake there. He might just look for one or two of those. Maybe try and send, well, not send it, but just let your opponent know that you're there. Doesn't seem to be doing that very much at the moment. And Foggy picks up 3 seconds as we go along. Aiden also lost a chunk of time to Julian there. That's a costly mistake for his podium hopes. Mango goes deep again. And Lars seemingly had this one under wraps now. Lars versus Mango has been a great battle the entire race. Aiden needs to gain some time back with the DRS because he is dropping off the back, and Miguel gets past Jimmy as they head down into Stowe. Frankis picks up 3. Every single time I see something pop up, I'm wondering if it's Lars. Lars right now just mistake proof at the moment. He knows he has to get this car over the line one more time. And he's got to do it without mistake, because realistically, half a second, he's got 3.5 seconds worth of a gap at the moment. He can't afford a mistake though, because if he gets a mistake and that time comes off, well, he gets a 3-second time penalty, that advantage comes off the board, and then it's anyone's game. And WOR right now having a field day in this race. 1st, 5th and 6th. Florian picked up 3 more for track limits. And it looks like Lars should be able to hold on. Mango may win this race on the track eventually if he can get a good enough Maggots and Beckett's, but not if he goes wide like that. But in the end of the day, I think we might be watching the Ferrari win a race, which is not something we've been able to say a lot recently. As we come down the final straight one more time, basically. Heading into sector 3, and here comes Mango going the long way. Mango still fighting with Lars right to the very end, and I commend him for that. His 3-second time penalty though, his own undoing. And Lars overtaken in the Vale chicane, and Mango over the line first, but Lars is going to win the race. WOR over the line in first. The great race from the two of them. Lars just about holds out. Mango in the end comes second. Julian on the 3rd step of the podium after he takes advantage of quite a bad mistake by Aiden, and right at the wrong time as well. It didn't really leave him any time to respond. Miguel gets 5th, Jimmy 6th, WR having a nice day at the office. Impact 7th, IRT Renz in 8th, Darth in 9th, Frank is 10th, Vessel 11th. Not a great day for the ASAC lads. Lab and Florian 12th and 16th respectively. Toby, Cameron 13th and 14th, as NLR had a promising start and a massive falter. Jerem, Florian, Foggy, IRT and Felix all had their race marred by spins. And well then, that was action pretty much the entire way through. That was fun to commentate. Surprisingly, extremely clean. Had a couple of interesting moves as we went along. Oh, that's a bit of a crackling noise. I feel sorry for anyone hearing that. Apologies. The game is seemingly doing the audio. That must be an audio bug. I've never had that one before. Oh god. But yeah, right. At least I don't have to listen to that anymore. As we go through. Should be podium celebration now. Yep. There you go. The Ferrari on the top step. Lord gets it done in the end. It was questionable after the pit stops. It looked like WR got the strategy wrong. But Lars able to make it work. Done a very good job of it today. Mango also had a very good job of it too. Qualifying was a strong point. 7 attempts on pole. Looked like he was going to win this by a mile. Just the penalties came back to bite him in the end. He gets second. Julian, why is this all of a sudden slowed down to hell? It looked to feel like the F1 music's pitched down. But yeah, Julian on the final step of the podium from 9th is a pretty good day. He's going to enjoy himself. Aiden's going to be a little bit kicking himself that he didn't finish himself on the podium, but did his part for IRT nonetheless. But overall, I think that was a good day. That was a good race, and I'm glad that you guys decided to join me for it. But with that said, until next time, in a bit.